What is going on? Here are the picks of the day for February 10th, and the strategy I'm going to use is reverse line movement. If you haven't heard of reverse line movement before, it's essentially where the line moves in a way where you don't expect it to. Reverse line movement doesn't mean every pick is going to be a winner, but that's normal. Profit in sports betting doesn't come from constantly being able to predict the right outcome, it's more so how you play the line. And over the long term, this strategy does work, and I'm going to show this with an example. Also, I'll be bringing you guys reverse line movement picks 4 to 5 times a week, so if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and let's get into it. So the first game I want to look at is the Thunder versus the Mavericks. You can see here how 66% of the betting volume is going towards the over and then 34% is going towards the under. Bookies normally want to make this as 50-50 as they can, so they can make a profit as well, and this is when they normally start to adjust the line so that the other side looks more appealing. In this case, the line opened up at over under 240, and then people jumped all over the over, and so the line moved down to over under 239. If people are already picking the over at 240, then they're definitely going to pick it at 239, meaning the bookies want you to select this outcome, and they're going to make it look as appealing as they can. So for this game, I would go with the under. We also have the Pistons versus the Clippers, where 67% of the betting volume went to the over, 33% went to the under. The line opened up at over under 237.5, and then people jumped all over the over, and then the line moved down to 235, making this that much more appealing. So for this game, I would go with the under. For the Spurs versus Nets, 42% of the betting volume went to the over, and then a majority, 58%, went to the under. At opening line was over under 230, and then obviously the under was a lot more appealing. You know, the public was jumping all over this, and the line moved up to 232.5, making this even more appealing. So you can tell here that the bookies want you to select this outcome. So for this game, I would go with the over. For the Bulls versus Magic, 45% of the betting volume was the over, 55% and the majority was the under. The line opened up at 215.5, and then people thought it's going to be a low scoring game, let's bet the under. And then the line moved up to 219, making this that much more appealing. They want you to click this, and they want you to put your money on the under. So for this game, I would go with the over. We have the Rockets versus the Hawks, where 33%, only 33 chose the over, and then a majority of 67 chose the under. The line opened up at 236.5. You know, 67% of the people put their money on the game going under, and so they bumped it up to 242, making the under way more appealing. So for this game, I would go with the over. We have the Pacers-Knicks. This one is pretty close to 50-50, but it's not quite there. 48% of the betting volume went to the over, 52% went to the under. The line opened up at over under 231. People liked the under more, and so they moved it up to 234, making the under look that much better. I wouldn't be surprised if this goes up to 60 or even higher percent later in the day. So for this game, I would go with the over. And then the last game is the Pelicans versus the Trailblazers. 75% of the people are putting their money on the game going over, and then only 25% have chosen the under. The line opened up at over under 225.5. People jumped all over the over, and so they moved it down to 222. They want as many people as they can to click on this outcome. So for this game, I would go with the under. Personally, I prefer to look at over-unders, but you can apply the same logic elsewhere if you want to. Given how much these lines change throughout the day, the games that I went over may not be available when you look, or you may have more games at your disposal. So make sure you look, and you may find some opportunities as well. But I didn't see any other games to cover, so that wraps it up for this video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.